Okay. Hello everyone, my name's Bobbage. Welcome back to 3.18. What there is of 3.18 anyway. As you can see by the message on the screen, things are still very broken. I just tried to claim a Pisces. I have gotten into a server, which is more than I can say for what's been going on for most of the day at least. And look, there's another person! This is incredible. That is not to say that things aren't still very, very broken. I know that lots and lots and lots of people commented on my last video. It's kind of crazy how that video blew up, actually. I'm very surprised. But yeah, lots and lots of things are still broken. People commenting saying beyond the 30Ks, which is sort of what you were getting as soon as you tried to load the main menu, which I was getting as well. I was trying to load in on my laptop whilst I was at work throughout the day on Monday, that is to say Monday, and it wasn't working. It was booting me out as well, just like everyone else. Well, there's another person over there in a ship. Look, more people on the server who are managing to do things. So the servers have come back for some semblance. One of the major things that people were reporting was the 19K error, and I think this is part of the outage message that CIG was placing, saying that you couldn't register as like a new player on the server. So it was saying like on one of the messages on their outage server status thing, I'm sure I'll put a picture of it up, it was saying that it was accepting new players, which is what I'm thinking the 19K error is related to. I was fortunate because I managed to get into the servers early when 3.18 launched, thus I've been able to get my character to Olisar and so on. As you can see though, reclaiming ships, broken. Inventory, broken. Chat, broken. Friends list in servers, broken. Server list, broken. Server population, broken. I don't know if shops are working. I suppose whilst we are here, I can go and check that. Can say someone's even thrown their they've been that ragey, they've thrown their armor on the floor, so we'll try and purchase something to see if the shops are working. I'm not holding out hope, especially if it doesn't give me an inventory to sell things or buy things to. We'll let it sit for a moment and see if it works. But yeah, obviously things are still broken. It's still not going very well. There's been some updates from CIG, not a lot. I would imagine now that it is the start of the week, they have got staff who are piling into the server logs to find out what kind of database corruption has gone on. They escalated the outage from a partial to a major again because they realised that something was wrong. Something catastrophic was wrong, I should say, rather than just the back end exploding. The back end in some regard is working because we can still get on. The people who are lucky enough to get in and make characters and such like me can still get in and do some things, but that is to say that it's not doing a great deal otherwise. It looks like the shops are balked, so no, I can't buy anything either. That would explain why that person was probably running around in their RSI space pyjamas and not wearing some other armour. So, yeah, it's still balked. It's still broken. Somebody else wearing something else. Now, look, I will just check the inventory thing again just to see if we can do anything with inventory. It's not looking like we can. The contracts and stuff are still there, though I'm not going to rely on them that much. I figured, again, I want to try and make the use of the time that I have in server whilst it's not exploding, because this is the first time that I've tried to get on. It is actually gone midnight in the UK as I record this, so it's actually technically the start of day 4 of 3.18, not day 3 anymore. The last update from CIG was at about 5:30, I want to say, something like that. UTC, so that is Britbong time, so British GMT, and we haven't really had anything since, so there's still a lot that isn't working. So what we're going to do, we can get a ship out, if I can get a ship out, and we can go explore. So we're going to try that. Inventory is clearly not working, so let's see if we can get out a ship. Ooh, more people! This person really needs to do something about a helmet, because we're on Port Olisar, and going outside with one of them is just going to result in a bad time.
Welcome.
It's a shame I can't communicate. I doubt the prox comms are even working. Right then, let's grab a ship and see if we can do something.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
I don't want to skip this again because I want to show you guys sort of real time if it's working or not. I'll have to insert some Sims 1 music in the background as it's doing this for the sort of elevator music loading times. This did work last time, we could get a ship out, it just took forever. So we shall see, or if we're trapped on Olisar or not.
Visit us again. Goodbye.
It's kicked me out the terminal, but the thing is there, it just hasn't spawned my ship yet. So we'll hang about for a minute, see if it spawns a ship. It's evidently going to be over there if it does. Let's go away from all the noisy Horizon adverts. I can answer a couple of questions that we had from the last video that blew up, and I was trying to sort of read the comments whilst I was doing stuff at work. Again, it was crazy, the comments and stuff, so thank you everyone for checking it out. A 10-minute broken video of Star Citizen and commenting, regardless of what you said. Nerino asked video settings, what do I do for video settings? I'm running a Ryzen 3900X, 32 gig RAM, and a MSI GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. I am running at 1080p because I don't really feel the need for my stuff. I don't have a lot of room for all my computer stuff, so I kind of have to. I don't have a massive monitor and really intensive graphical settings. So that's my video settings. If you do catch this, Nerino. Trying to look up comments. I have a ship. I can't let this person follow me out. Okay, we can do something. My ship has finally spawned. That took it a good 5 minutes. Don't follow me. I don't want you stealing my ship. You want to go and do something. We can go and explore. I don't know if I'll even be able to have my character drink something. Which could be troublesome, because that means that I may end up respawning at Horizon. We shall see. Let's see if this works. The only way we can communicate in game at the moment is with flashlights and emotes. Okay, we're in a ship. Let's see how this goes. Someone spawned a reclaimer. That's brave. That seat animation worked properly. That's surprising. So what we can do is we can go and explore. We're not going to go and fight NPCs or anything. I should be very careful flying straight up in a line like this, because there's probably dead ships all over the place around these rings again, like there was yesterday. Let's see. I want to go to Hurston, because what we're going to do is we're going to try and find a river. I haven't seen a Hurston river yet, so I figured I can't go and raid bunkers. I can't go and do salvaging because all the shops and everything aren't working. The best thing we can do in this sort of semi-working, not very good state is go explore. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go to Hurston and we're going to find one of the rivers, just for a little bit of content whilst we go through the motions of a broken server. One of the other questions I got asked from Learner of Things was about graphics cards running older hardware to run Star Citizen. It can be done. In fact, quite a few of the videos from the early stages of my channel, going back a few years now, were recorded with the GTX 1070. Way back to the pre 3.0 days when Star Citizen ran at like 15 FPS consistently. And we didn't have anything like Hurston or ArcCorp. We just had Daymar and Yela and Selin and Port Olisar, and the game ran like hot garbage, but we still tried to love it anyway. So yes, it can be done, but I think everyone who has a computer will agree with me that newer hardware is best. I would say this current generation of hardware that we have now, and I'm not going to say Nvidia 40 series cards because they're stupidly expensive and not many people can buy them right now because of the pricing and all the hardware you need. If you can, that's great. So current generation hardware, and what I'm using, which technically is last generation hardware, so a 30 series card. 20 series cards will do fine as well. You just need a decent graphics card and you need a decent CPU that can do a lot of threading because it's very, very intensive. It's not surprising that, like a few other games that have come out, Star Citizen is not very well optimized and it will eat up every single resource that you have on your computer. I would also say that despite CIG's website saying 16 gigabyte RAM, you need 32 gigs. It's sort of set in stone now. Ever since I have played Star Citizen with 32 gig RAM, I've always consistently seen it used sort of between 17 and 19, sometimes higher than that, going up to 21. So 32 gigabyte RAM is very highly recommended to stop stutters. As you can see, I'm sort of running around and I'm recording, and I don't really have stutters anymore compared to the footage that I used to record. So more lessons going forward. Okay. This is Hurston, and unfortunately, as is usually the case, whenever I try and record YouTube content for Star Citizen, it's looking like the content that I actually want to go and bloody look at is in the dark, as is normally the way, but we'll make our way to an OM marker. We need to go to OM6, I believe. I have loaded up Verse Guide on my laptop beside me, on my XPS, and I'm going to see if I can find some of these rivers, so that we have a somewhat positive ending to this video, so it's not all doom and gloom whilst we wait for the servers to come up. Or should I say the servers to behave themselves. So we're going to travel between OM1, which is at the North Pole, and OM6, which is sort of central to the latitude and longitude on the map that I have, whilst we blast along here. I can only say, as regards to everything that's been going on and everyone who is trying to get in, is to keep trying and see what happens, because CIG are very blatantly now frantically working at the back end to get this thing working. It's a miracle that they didn't do this during a free fly or something like that, because that would have just gone catastrophically wrong. And we just have to wait for them to sort this back end problem out. I should make it very, very clear that if you are trying to get in, despite the workarounds that people are posting and all this nonsense, it is nothing that you are doing that is wrong. There is nothing wrong with your install, there is nothing wrong with your folders, nothing wrong with your shaders, nothing like that. We know that this PTU patch and its install and the files and everything works. We've been playing it. I've been playing it. Anyone on the PTU has played the content that's in this patch. The only issues when it comes to the patch install are the known issues that are posted in the patch notes. So the silly things like not being able to exit seats and stuff like that that were posted in the patch notes. What's happened is it's the entire backend that's died. So all the backend services, which is why everyone's getting these 19k errors, 30k errors, 60k errors, whatever. You can't do anything with your computer and its install to sort of rejig this and try and get into the server. It's just going to be a case of waiting. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me, it's frustrating for you. I want to go and explore and do things, and I want to be able to make the content and show you guys. It's frustrating for you because you can't get in and play the game if you haven't been able to make a character or anything already. The only advice I can give you is, rather than going on Reddit or Spectrum, although some of the Spectrum memes are fantastic, the rainbow crab stuff that was being put on there today was actually hilarious, and I was genuinely laughing my arse off at work. The only thing I can say is, yeah, don't go on Reddit and shitpost all over CIG. Meme if you want, but they are genuinely trying to make it better. And I'm not saying this to try and shill for them, it's just I work in IT and I know what database deployments are like, and when something goes catastrophically wrong, there isn't anything they could have done to prevent this. This isn't something that is anything to do with the actual files of the game, the actual patch. This is just the back end being unable to cope with the sheer volume of people that basically smashed the door open and went, "It's time to play," and everything broke. It couldn't handle it, and this is basically like their biggest stress test ever. So yeah, you're just going to have to keep trying, and if it doesn't work, exit, go outside, take a deep breath, and play another game. play Kerbal Space Program 2, because that's just as broken, like I've been playing. Or lots of Flight Simulator, like I've been playing just lately. So yeah, we're just going to have to keep trying and see what happens sort of going through the week and towards the end of the week. Hopefully by the weekend, which is when I will be able to sort of sit down and play it a bit more intensely, they'll have done something about it. We'll have to see, won't we? And in full Star Citizen condition, I got 30k'd out of the server, so I can't really give you a happy ending to day 3 / beginning of day 4. It sucks. Does Star Marine work? Have a quick go on Star Marine. Maybe. Can't do private matches. Not good. Multiplayer. Last stand? Yes? No? I'm guessing not, which is a shame. We know that Arena Commander works because I've seen Ollie and people flying around inside. So, but yeah, I'm not going to fart around with stuff that I've done a million times before and bore you guys more than I need to. So yes, it's still broken. It's still very much broken. I wish I could show you some content. Obviously we can do some things, just not very much. As you can see, I've got friends on my list in the PU. However that long they last in there, I don't know. The servers are full, so you know there's still 100-player servers that are full, but unfortunately they just don't seem to be working very well. So that is day 3 / beginning of day 4. Let's hope we get some improvements throughout the week, and hopefully a patch. Maybe not a patch, just a great deal of back-end fixes would be nice. We can worry about patching it once the back-end services are back up. Right then, I'll see you tomorrow. We shall see. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for watching everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you like this and think I deserve it, please give it a like, consider subbing if you fancy sticking around. If you're thinking of taking part in the game, feel free to use my referral code on screen or click the link below for bonus in-game money that helps me out as well. See you in the next one.